um, I can to swindle the hands of some students in IMAC Academy or candidates at large. So I want to simply read this. Yeah, it has come to our attention that someone not in any way affiliated to IMAC Academy LLC has been peddling an offer to give Coursera subscription at a discount price to our students. While we acknowledge that this may help participants take their exams timely without it being piled up, we want to clearly state that we are not aware of such discount from Coursera. Neither is the source of the offer verified. Therefore, we do not consider it a good idea, and it is possibly illegal and criminal. It is considered a backdoor offer which has ramifications. Any offer outside of Coursera's system which violates their rules and regulations is considered illegal. This could possibly lead to nullification of certificates and a complete blacklist by Coursera. We do not wish any of this for our students, hence this disclaimer. Our offer and engagement condition as outlined on our website remain the same. The category of students we shall consider for orientation are those that successfully and honorably conclude the course regime that we outlined. All right, so and the same category are those that will pay for their exams. Okay, well, that is about solidity. But in case you have friends, neighbors in that group, so yeah, so I'm saying this, and in case something like that will be coming to you, because I know that as we are in a era of wanting to move to the next level, and of course we want to do it also cheap. Like any offer that comes, we want to quickly grab it. Okay, so but we should also be careful so that in the process of grabbing an offer, we don't again get ourselves injured. All right, so so now those who get financial aid from course, as it pertains to that program I mentioned, that solidity. So let's ensure that we are still everything we are trying to get financial aid here and there. Everything is still within the set framework through Coursera, the system that wants to provide it, and not through a third party or another party. Okay, so we encourage, that is, Grandina is encouraging you to work within the confines of the system put together by Coursera, which has been outlined to you when you enrolled to take training. So that's from management. All right, I just feel I should bring that to our notice, as I feel it's so important. Yeah, Joe is saying greatness awaits those who wait on RCG. I'm trying to grab that. Okay, I've not got that. Okay, so yeah, so back to selector. Yeah. So our discussion, it's on something we have also discussed before, except that maybe we'll just look at use some demonstrations, interactions to like extend what we have learned in the previous class. And then again, at this level, I can assume that the crop of people here, those that have been following consistently, they are people that they are self-sufficient. When I say self-sufficient, they are independent to the system. They are people that can do away with. They can not do away. They can actually. They know what they are looking for, and they can get what they want the way they want it. All right, and how do I mean? I'm thinking that some persons out of fear could have been pushed out, not necessarily because of funds, but for fear, could have been pushed out. That, oh, this thing is too difficult. Um, this thing is too difficult. This thing is not going to really work. I'm not sure I can fit in, and then they are out. Well, for if you have endured till now, you know, I tell you, you are just, you are just so good. All right. It doesn't mean that some persons are not also following from the back door. They are. All right. So let's keep the steam and let us not lose it. All right. So and based on the talk on the selector, I believe we at some point we have also related with that content and the concept we provided provision by UiPath in helping to um, handle user interface properly. Since we have dynamic systems applications that our automations will be who would be relating with. Okay, so the need so that's the need for this topic. Can you see my screen? Oh no, not yet shared. Okay, so yeah, can you see my screen now? We are on student manual lesson 6. All right. Okay, remove. Yeah, I remember that it was on this topic I think we started a robust interaction when we're talking about full selector versus partial selector with the basic recording feature in UiPath Studio. Vis-a-vis, let me say, versus the desktop and the web recording that we have in UiPath Studio. That the full selector can be obtained. It can be obtained in when we use the basic recording feature. All right, and then the other one, yeah.
Sir, please, your network is fluctuating.
No,
Your sound is fluctuating.
it's fluctuating. Is that the way it is with every other person? Let me just know. I want to know if it is from Babalola or it's from me.
I think it's okay from my end here.
Okay, more input, please. More reviews, feedback.
Okay, the net is okay.
I don't know. It's just to check. That's it was good you mentioned it. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Then we said we have full selectors under basic recording, partial selectors under desktop web recording. All these have their implications. When you have to relate with different applications, then you know which option to go for. And when it's just within an application, you should also decide or like dictate which recording feature or option rather you should adopt or you should use. All right, now so we are still on that. Still on that. The full selector concept simply provides us with options to select or rather to edit the tags, the attributes that form any user Oh, can anyone still hear me?
We can hear you, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got a sound that I was tripped off. I thought it was true. Okay, all right. So that's about full selector, providing us with full access to our selectors. Knowing fully well that selectors in themselves, they are like how do we call them now? We say that they are like address of our UI elements. Yeah. So every user element has an address, and it's just like saying, where does Babalola stay? Babalola, you stay in IB, do you?
So
Or
Abuja,
let me
yes.
use, okay, Abuja. Oh, so the voice is from Abuja. Okay. All right. So now it's like saying that um, Babalola being let's assume that is the element we want to really map out from the GPS point of view. And so the GPS comes over Nigeria and then maps out Abuja. And then we take Nigeria has the top level window, and it comes down. It's delimited on Abuja, and then from Abuja it begins to look for districts. Um, okay, let's say we have this district, that district, and then before it locates, okay, Babalola is maybe it's in Kubwa or in Gaki or in Asokoro, all right, and then from there, though in Asokoro, then you can now say, oh, it's in so quarters, maybe say federal housing estate, Asokoro, and then from there we move. Okay, yes, federal housing estate, which block H, and then which H, in which room, and then until we get to where is actually residing in his room, eating pounded yam. So with selectors can maybe you can use that to picture um, what selectors do in UiPath Studio. So it helps to locate or to provide the kind of address for this. Now, it is also possible for Babalola to let's say it's possible for now. I won't use Babalola now. Let me say I'll use Babalola and his television or his freezer. Okay. Now I have reasons for that. I'll use um, first. I'll use his freezer, which is located in his kitchen. Uh, yeah, located in his kitchen because I know that that's more rigid in a sense. Okay, so we have some elements that are static, like anywhere they have. That's anywhere you have put them. Uh, that is where they will be. So when you look out for them, you will get them just where you put them. Just where you put them. Just trace them anywhere, anyhow. Just where you put them is where you get them. Then it is also possible we have some. Let's say we have. Let's use broom as another element. Maybe it's broom. Okay, it's broom. Then because it's broom, broom is kind of mobile. It's mobile is static somehow. My own description, don't mind me. And so you want to haven't mapped out the address of broom the first time you saw it beside the freezer, and now you are looking for it again. Maybe your GPS technology is looking for it to locate where it is, and then again, by the time it gets to the freezer, it's not really found because somehow it has been removed. and then because of usage, and then it's been relocated a bit away from where it should be, maybe to beside the washing basin. Okay, something like let's just use that anyway. I'm just trying to use something in real life scenario. Okay, so but then for you to locate your broom, you can use something called anchors to say, okay, anywhere you see this anchor, then then just know that broom should be there. Let's just use that. This may not be a perfect example. Okay, so then you provide an anchor for your broom. The real element is broom. But what anchor can we provide for that broom? We may just say, let's use if you are using the local broom, which I prefer to the modern broom. I don't consider the modern broom as broom. They are fake brooms because you cannot use them to do many things. Okay. Now, if it is a local broom, you usually have this, what's it called now? The product of the tire being used to tie the strands, the sticks. Okay, and then maybe you use that as an anchor. I'm just trying to use something as an anchor. Anywhere you see this thing, that black tape, then there you locate your broom. It's because you know that they cannot just separate from each other. Something like that. All right, so what are we even trying to talk about? We're trying to talk about selector. These are the things we'll also be talking about. Selector, making our selectors reliable, and all of that. And now coming to Babalola, who is a mobile person. Babalola can be in Asokoro and can actually be in any flat A, flat anything, flat anywhere. Move out of the housing estate, come to Lagos. Babalola can change, can just be anywhere. Okay, so we also have some elements like that what they are today is not what they will be tomorrow. So what do we do? And how do we still ensure that we locate them, or we locate their properties? Okay, getting their properties properly. Okay, so then in that case, so we say that Babalola will now use a kind of dynamic way of selecting UI elements to locate Babalola. So anywhere the property or the personalities of Babalola is found, then we know that Babalola should be there. Anything. So I'm just trying to use that to talk about some of the things we'll be talking about. I know this is not strange to any of us. If you have come to these sites, then you know it means that we are there, we are on top of the game. All right, so by the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe selectors and compare its types, create robust selectors, and the rest. All right, talk about full selectors, partial selectors, and dynamic selectors. So I am not thinking we should dwell on the full partial selector of a thing. I do not, that's my thinking, I may be wrong. All right, so we may just dwell on other things around the selector, the dynamic selector, the wildcards, which helps you to customize your selectors. Then look at the UI Explorer. Okay, the features and what they do. Then look at what's it called, Anchor. Now again, maybe do an activity around that. Yeah, I think we did an activity at the associate level, but we may still do that. We may still consider that. Okay, so we'll just do some things like that, and so anywhere that we are able to get ourselves um, at at a having done all this, then we can just call it a good day. All right. So having talked about selectors, I'm not sure I should be reading from the PDF because that is not so important. All right. This is talking about validation. When there is a button in this selector editor that's called validate, the different um, signs or states you will see. You see red, blue. Red, which is for invalid selector. You see the when it is green, that's when it's accepted. When it is when it is on amber, that's like orange, and something like this. This this color around here, it means um, selector is being is it that now? Let me get I think yes, it's still on this stage, at that stage. I will check it when I get into the main environment, and then indicate elements. All these, they are not strange. So let's just do something. I've talked about this in what I said. That a selector has the structure from the parents to the children, like from top to bottom. So, and then we see it in our examples. Let's talk about this. All right, so the issue that borders on full selector, partial selectors. All right, so everyone here were there when we talked about this at the associate level. So dynamic selectors. So okay, we can do something around that. Yeah. So how do we come into this? We can use there is an activity UiPath recommends. What you don't. I'm thinking, should I use that or not, or use something different, or just an aspect of it, just to show the dynamic nature um, of dynamic selectors and what makes selectors dynamic. Okay, so uh, let me just choose something. Yeah. Um, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, Joe, yeah, that reminds me. Telegram, Telegram is here. Okay, I saw this prompt, so I wanted to check what is it about. Is it about the class? Sorry, it was a bot I was test running. Okay, I don't get that. I suppose some persons will get what that means. Yeah, so let me try to use, let me see if I can use Chrome. Sorry, our Chrome is on its way. That is so slow. Okay, so let's check this. Okay, so let me just query. I think one of the things that weather, what do you call it? Weather forecast. Okay, so this value is, it can change. I don't know, since it's weather, it can change anytime there is a geographical. Uh, now this is not my terrain. Anytime there is a, I wanted to say anytime there is a change in the weather. Okay. Okay, so now 26 degrees centigrade or Celsius can change to 27. It can alter. It can no. So this is an element like I likened Babalola to the other time. Something that you will look for. Uh, you trace to this address and may not find it exactly. You may not find it where you in the state you left it. So in that case, what happens? Do we consider that that element is missing, or like can we say that because Babalola is not in his room and say that then it's missing? No. So you need to adopt, look at an approach to say, oh, though he's in Lagos, still he's around. We have found him. All right. the weather. So what sense can we bring out from here now? If you open browser, let's just open browser. Weather forecast sites. I'm interested in this address. Copy, come to studio. Sorry, this thing is slow. What's going on? Selector. Sorry, let me set up another, see if I can set up another PC. Okay, call this selector selectors one. Maybe we should go back for a break. And before we come back, this thing should be done. My suggestion. Don't mind me, I'm kidding.
Yes, sir.
I'm just kidding. Don't go yet too. uh, all right, so let's open browser. Okay, so I won't get open browser here, and let me check in show classic. Of course, I could use this too. I'm doing that on purpose. This system is extremely slow. Okay, so this is the address we want. All right, so I'm going to open it and then save and run it. Sorry, my device is grossly taking its time before it loads.
I think it needs a disk cleanup, sir.
Uh, I think I did that when where was that now? Sorry, that's taking that time. Let's clean up 19 points. This box, get out. Oh, we see the weather. I think it was 26 the other time. Now it's 29. Okay. No, that's not the main thing now. All right, so yeah, I'm changing right away. Okay, so since this is like 3 minutes to 8, so we can. I think we should go on our break. Let's check in 8:10, so we'll be fine. 8:10 West African time. I think all of us are Nigerians, so let's use our time. 8:10, we should be back.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. Uh, Hello, is someone in the class? Is someone there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Kindly put on. Yes, I mean someone that has a powered powered laptop. Yeah, I am and I'm pretty sure that this device would not be ready by the time we are checking it, and it should not be the same story. Does anyone have a functional, powered laptop that we can use? And with that, has good noise control system. Joe, are you with your PC?
Yes, sir. Let me see if I can set up my things as fast as possible. Yeah. Yes, sir. I should be able to do so.
All right. Well, it baffles me that I've been using this system since morning, and nothing happened. And why now? And the other one is it's not accepting. It's not taking in Teams. Did I see a frame briefly now? I thought I saw a frame. Okay, so Joe, you may not bother. Just be on the standby.
Yes,
I
sir.
think I'll get him. Yeah.
Sir, we cannot hear you.
I thought I'm the only one that cannot hear him. I was about also saying it too.
We cannot hear you, sir.
I don't think it's time.
Hello. Hello. We can hear you.
Hello, sir. Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you, sir. I don't think he's around though. Is he around?
Hello? I thought it was one saying hello now.
I don't think so. I don't think so. He's not on the platform. He
Eh,
signed out.
Eh, ah.
He's not around. I don't think he's around.
Hello? Hello?
Hello. I think he's having network issue.
Okay, but because I can see his cursor moving up and down.
Ah. He's not even hearing us now.
No, that's me.
Ah. Hey, John.
Mr. Sylvester.
Oh, is it John or who? Is it Joe?
No, it's Sylvester. I don't know.
It's Joe. It's Joe.
It's Joe. Okay.
I talk to
Yeah.
us now, Oga.
Mr. Joe, I talk to us. Let's continue. No dumb moment, I beg. Copy. I don't dey sleep on top system.
We can hear you, sir.
Let me just show you something like.
Okay, sir, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, so let's see.
Oh boy, this guy don't automate Telegram.
Abida. Hey.
Almost see projects. Maybe small thing.
Hello.
Please, I'm not hearing anything though.
I think we need to hear you. Whatever you are doing, at least explain to us.
Explain to us.
Okay.
Someone I didn't interested.
You are just displaying
I
what.
even thought that
Just
maybe
explain to
it's
us.
only from my side.
At chats on Telegram.
That's
You said?
UiPath. There is automation that is doing it. It's not human being. No.
Okay.
Explain to us now. No
You
vex.
should explain to us how you arrived there now.
Okay, let me just rush first.
But
Then you
this our uncle don't automate our message.
Oh, I
You should
go
at
run.
least explain. It's not
This
just
one,
for him to show us
I
what he
want
has
to
done.
fear.
this one I run. I go run. Come on.
wait,
We
maybe
don't
I
see
should
we
just
are
run
past
it first.
bandits.
Ah,
Then we go top for top.
because the
Let's
way the mouse is moving fast, I don't think it's human being that is controlling that mouse. It looks it looks like
go better. It's still one thing, or it's still one thing. Let's pick the
oh
time.
boy.
The time should be
I
2:20.
don't know. Okay.
So
Sorry,
what I'm
who
going
is
to do now, I just
sorry,
need
who is
any
running?
automation that will give me advanced voucher code.
So right now it's typing, and it will send to let's just say this Telegram group channel now.
Sorry, please. Is it the robot that is doing all that thing?
Yes, it's the robot.
Ah, who built this thing?
So what it does is I created a spreadsheet with Excel. So it gets through read item, get row item. So it reads each row in the spreadsheet. That's where I have each of these messages.
Okay.
So I used for each activity to iterate. So it will read each. Then I used screen recording to just know where to tap, selected each selector, all that. So that's why it's able to do this now.
Okay, nice one, nice one, nice one.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
it's sending start message, but is it the same message? I can't even know. I'm joining with my.
it's not the same message.
So it's replying the message or what?
No, it's just sending messages. All the
Scheduling is
messages in the spreadsheet.
It's
So I didn't get that.
scheduling message.
I said all the messages in the spreadsheet is sending them to this channel.
Okay.
Okay. Then it's going to be
Is it
posting them.
just sending or it's
It-
replying other people's message?
No, it's sending
No,
and
it's
choosing the
just
time. You see that it's not sending at it's sending at 3 minutes intervals. Right now it is 22:59.
but it's not as if it's communicating with anybody on that. This thing. Probably if somebody somebody
Yeah.
asks a question and is replying.
No. This one is just populating the chat.
The chat.
It's just
Okay. Okay. That's
You're
all,
just
that's
like you are just broadcasting.
yeah.
yes.
Interesting.
So it's scheduling messages.
Mean if
This
you
is
have
nice.
100 messages, it's going to send it.
You said?
Exactly.
But
At any time you
it will
want.
be better. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah, it will be better if you could do something that will still maybe reply at least the kind of sense messages from other responder. Because this
Okay,
one
that
now,
was
meaning if you have
was
100, it's going to
AI.
populate the page with 100 messages without even listening to or maybe reading what others are replying.
Uh,
I
Yes,
understand, but
hello.
just
the
like
AI.
chatbot,
That
right?
is it.
Just like
And I
chatbot.
thought, yes.
It's
Yeah,
not
Or
And
I
It's
actually
a
think it
very
can
nice
also
one.
be
it's a gradual
it's
I
a
process.
think
kind
it
of
can also be used for a true or false replies, like asking whosoever that is sending message, maybe the user on the platform, are you this,
Mm.
yes or no? So if the answer is yes, the robot should
You
type
can
this.
do
If
that.
it is no,
But this
the
one
robot
now
should
is
type
just
this.
No,
yes.
like maybe expert system, they can use it in expert
Okay.
system.
So instead of
Can I say
just
can
typing
I
the
say
messages
something?
yourself, yeah,
Yes.
please go ahead.
Yes. This kind of system. I think what it is good at is maybe you need to send a message maybe every day at a particular time. It is very
Exactly.
good for it. Maybe you need to
Uh,
send a message to
That's just
somebody
what
or
it
you
does.
people
Right
for
now,
for a
this
particular
is for actually. I think there's a chat battle going on in this group. So with that now, instead of just typing on yourself, you can actually use this.
but can it run when the system is offline?
It's not
Yes,
so that.
in
That
that
one.
I'm populating
Wow,
schedule.
that's fantastic.
Okay, you
I'm
say
pop-
you can run when the
And
system
that's
is shut down.
yes, sure. Since I'm populating schedule message, it will be on the
Mm.
server on the cloud. So once it's the
Cloud, yeah.
time to have populated it, you
Mm.
have your
oh,
message.
that's nice. That's nice. That's nice.
Okay.
Go market this your project to make get money.
No, no, this project still remain one. It remains one leg. The
Mm.
Not
other
even
the next leg. No, he has done first leg in terms of populating. The second leg is responding to when somebody
Yeah.
asks questions. That is a complete project. That's a
Mm.
complete project. So
Sure.
that
So
it
you
will
exactly.
can
have
That
sort of,
but it will be a closed question like yes or no, true or false of a thing.
yes. That's
yeah.
Well
very
done.
is
It
Well
really
done.
makes
I
sense.
really
It
enjoy.
makes
I
Well
like the
done. So
concept.
you can also send us the Nupeng version of it.
Sure, no problem.
let's see the flows.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
I think something like this exists already using Python, building
Mm.
a Telegram bot
Yeah.
using Python. So maybe you should just look for something that will at least be an additional feature so
Mm.
that people will prefer this to Python.
It's true. It is
So
just
it means Mr. Ebenezer is still having issues with his network. This
yes, I
network
think.
no
I think it's back.
Maybe
Oh, but I
this
can't
guy
see.
should just take us through this the activities
Yes.
of
Yes.
for this project.
Yes. So
Okay,
yes, I am
so the
interested.
first
Okay, all right. Hello, class.
Oh,
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Don't worry. I'm not going to spoil your show. Don't worry.
oh,
So,
Yes, I came in. I think
how was
maybe
the
2 minutes ago. Came in 2 minutes ago to see that something is going on, and then I realized that Joe has been standing in. Okay, and in my heart, I felt okay. This is good, and so that was what Omotayo simply extended. So you have extended what was in my heart. Okay, when I saw him doing this. All right, now I came when you were talking about that it can only work. It's a one-legged project. Like it still requires some reviews to have it respond so that it becomes more. It becomes a dialogue robot, and someone said true or false kind of input is what we fly here. Yes, but then we should not limit it to that, and I would want us to think it through on what can be done. Yes, it was something like this. It was not even up to this. A project like this that came up in the last class, and then it became something something that that really penetrates through. We kept referencing using that project, and it was a very good one. This is seriously fantastic, I must tell you. All right, so but before it takes us through, I want to push it to us. How can this? What can we deploy let me say, what can we bring in to make it recognize some inputs? I would want to suggest this. Okay, now I'm thinking that if we bring in regular expression into this, such that if he sees some terms, he should simply reply based on those strings. If he sees some strings in an expression, then he should simply respond based on, for instance, it's like not like it's not like FAQ. I did not see when it started, and I was going to ask that he should do my home for me. You should start it from the scratch and see the way it started.
You pay. Oh.
Yes,
Okay, I will say, someone request. Wait, someone requested. I hope, look, Amarachi, please, you need to remind this class that I'm still the instructor. Tell them now.
Now you go give them.
They don't know. They don't know. What I can tell. Look. I can tell you that you should send the code or not to send the code. Joe, do I have? Am I at your side?
Yes, sir.
Joe, don't allow.
So
Joe, you don't have that one.
You must pay. You must pay.
So all right. So
He's
all right.
not
So then
even thinking about KPI.
it's not thinking of what?
KPI.
Okay.
API.
All right. All right. So you have it's we have to look around patenting, protecting your work, at the same time extending knowledge. So whatever can afford that, then we'll look around that. Okay. Now, but back to the main thing. Now, so now I was thinking, that's my own thoughts. Like when it comes to brainstorming, there are different ways of brainstorming. Um, so that is my own thoughts. Someone can have a better view, but my view is that when someone presents, like if I'm the one interacting with this now, and I send an input and a post. Okay, now if part of what I send is it consists of, let's just say I mentioned something on RPA. All right, so then the system should be able to read what I send. Do you understand? And then it will need some AI, serious AI. Now, and then based on that, ask a question to streamline my post to say that, hello, read my name. Hello, Ebenezer. Do you want more information on RPA? And if I now put in yes, and then you can now begin to download some things. Or if, let's say, I mentioned something on what now? This is a recharge. Well, I don't know. I saw recharge. I don't know what that recharge is about. If I mention something that is around a concept, and then they can just pick on maybe a particular set of strings, and then use it to feed me back, to ask me further questions, and then it's like a cycle. Ask me further questions, and based on what I put, based on my what I provide or what I provide, so then it's again asks me further questions, and it can give me options of, okay, do you want response or feedback on so RPA exam, RPA certification, RPA training? Do you understand? And then I can select. If I say, oh, RPA training, then it takes me into the details of RPA training. That is more interactive than if it is true or false. My thinking. What do you think about that?
Yes, sir. That's a really nice suggestion, sir. I will look
More
into
work,
it, sir.
of course. this one can require more than one person. You require a lot of person. So you will need this team.
Yes, sir.
So as you need
Yeah.
a lot of it's not just one person, else it gets bored, or it doesn't become so impossible, because some persons will have to handle some aspect of the development for you. Well, I don't know
Yeah, what you say is true.
You say what?
And I said something.
I think what you said is true. I came across this chatbots is it's the way, in fact, the way they wrote the program is to give a specific information. So no matter what you ask the chatbot, it will still align to that coded information that the users should get. So, and once it gets that information, then it will now send that's the reply. So I think your will I say advice on the project is very nice, because if you use that use expression to, you know, send more details about a particular information, I think that would be nice. That is what I can say about this.
Hello, sir.
Okay, hello. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, please. Another thing that can still be included is, apart from the way you explained the other thing, instead of using gag expression, it's something that they can use switch also, in a way that if, for example, when you send something like that, you can say maybe, well, press one if you want this also thing that you said, press two. So that one, two, that numbers will now be put in case. So if you press one, if you still want more, you can still continue to, maybe, like, if you want to recharge maybe you want to recharge data now, they usually tell you to maybe press one if you want this also thing. If you
That
press
like
one,
the
this is it.
like the USSD
So
code.
exactly,
Using the
USSD
USSD
code.
code, yes.
You can work on that.
Yes, I've actually seen something like that on WhatsApp.
Exactly, they use that also on WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp, yes.
Yes, I've seen something like that.
Okay, so all these contributions, those are the ways you're already crowdsourcing. We are contributing to your work, so you also have to pay us in a way.
Automation hub.
Yes. Okay, automation. All right. So, and then actually that's the way it grows. That's the way it grows. You need some. Definitely, you need some. Yeah. I think the next lesson it's about utilizing code, just to see how we can bring in other codes. The studio itself, the UiPath Studio, it runs on VB.net. All right. But there are other programming languages that you can bring in. They have, there are ways in which you can inject other programming languages into what you are doing in studio, into your automation. So we can explore that and see how it will yield something deeper than this. All right, so this is a good way to go. So you can now you can take us through. So you are starting with, I think me, I'm just joining now. Yeah.
Okay, excuse me,
So
sir.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, during my research, I observed something. When most of those things you were doing on Excel, trying to get populate Excel and trying to get information from Excel, I discovered when I was searching through a VB net book using this same, they were doing those things, activities using VB codes to automate. So instead of using many of these things you were using in terms of let me see, that area of PDF or something like that, they were using direct VB code to do those automation. So like this thing is coming in another form. So there's a particular book I was
that's in the not studio. They were not using UiPath Studio.
Yeah, they were using UiPath Studio.
Yeah, sure. UiPath Studio is like to simplify the whole thing. We are simply using we are simply using object-oriented framework that will help us to just bring in an object, and once we bring in that object, within the object there are a lot of codes, like all these if, else, and all of those things. A lot of things, are embedded. Well, now I think there's a place where we can see all the codes that actually form, for instance, your input dialog, even your message box that looks so ordinary. A lot of things are there. If you want to write it on a normal ground in a normal code environment, programming environment, you will write a lot of lines. But UiPath Studio has simplified it, and
Okay.
yes, that's the essence. That's the essence. Um, that's just the essence of this RPA, UiPath, automation anywhere, and the rest. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so Joe, so there's something in my mind, but escaped my mind now. I can't recall. It's about this work. Um, okay, I think it's around a system. You would have to, like I said, you need some persons to join you sincerely, because what if you really want to make it. Now let me speak let me speak like a reviewer. By privilege, okay, I've back then in the university where I provided support. Okay, now we review projects. We review not just written project, not thesis, not just dissertations. We review instructional projects, and then we ask. There are certain things we do. There are models we use to review projects. All right. One of the things we look at is, okay, to who are your target audience? That will actually inform, even it will inform how you're going to develop your program, the language you will use, and all of that. We will look at your social utility. We'll look at, okay, what is the usefulness of this to the society and to those that you really want to present it to. Okay, now for this kind of project, let's take it as a project that is meant to compete, uh, maybe with one of those bots, um, like that, and maybe a project that can be integrated into Telegram, something that Telegram can buy as a package, and then look for Joe and his team and say, look, we just want to buy this, you know. So because of that level where you are taking it to, then it means that you also have to make a lot of inputs into this. So that's why I do not want to just leave it at a true false um, level in which the user will simply provide false, and then like, no, let's look at something really, really weird, something that is disruptive. Okay, like you put in anything, like Amarachi said, anything you put, and then the system, using um, some maybe APIs, then take it to the server, and then begin to call for information that will be presented to the person. Okay, as though you are browsing, but it's not bringing the browsing interface to the person. Is the browsing and the search is done at the back end through through the server end, and then it brings the output to the user, and then it looks like, wow, what is going on here? As in, are you for real? Is this was like like a smart system,
Yes.
a very smart robot? Do you get? All right,
Yes.
so yeah, so that's why I would want you to take it beyond um, just a true false thing. A true false will still come in. It has its own aspects, where it will come, multi-choice, multi-select, all of those things. But again, let it be able to process anything, like what I'm seeing from Temitope, where smart people learn from everything and everyone. Let it be able to pick from that and then get back to to the user. All right, so all right, it's a very good one. So a very sound and resounding clap for these projects and for the developer. All right, thank you so much. So we have seen a challenge here. When I say a challenge, not a problem. We have seen something steering us.
So yes, yes.
Challenging, like, and also bringing certain things into context. It's making us to see the practicability of this thing. All right, a very good one. Thank you so much. So the code, please, you are running through the code. I've not forgotten that.
Yes, sir. Okay, so the code, we have two inputs that. So the first one we ask for like the hour. So let's just say you want to pick so it uses 24-hour clock actually. So let's say you want to pick 12, okay, let's say 11 in the night, just like now. So the time then will be 23 o'clock, like 23:00. So one thing I realized is Telegram does not recognize some characters that and also UiPath does not recognize some characters. Like if you want to type in 06, let's say it's 6 o'clock. If you type in 06 on UiPath, convert it to 6. So, and you need that if you want to tell the time. Let's say you want to punch in 06. Let's say it's 6:30. You know, it's 06:30.
30 column 30.
Yes, 06:30. So I realized that would be a challenge now because UiPath does not recognize 06 and Telegram needs it. So I had to like go around it my own way. So that's why we have like 3 separate sections. So if you come here now, so okay, let me just go over this input dialog. So the first question to ask you is the hour you want, or the hour, let's just call it the hour hand. So that's the first one, and the variable is first. Then the second one is for seconds. So that's for the minutes. Is it like 5 minutes past 10, all that? So that's what the second one is for. Then we have a read range activity. So this is where the messages that are populating that channel now are coming from. So I have in each cell there's a message. In each cell in this spreadsheet, there's a message. So okay, then I used sort data table here. So I felt that with time, if I keep sending the same messages, it will be boring and all that. So at times I can like decide to start from the bottom up or from the top to the bottom. So that's why I introduced this sort data table. So with this now I can change the order from, okay, I'm not on it. I can change the order from ascending to descending. So that's just what that does. So then I introduce the for each activity. So this now will read each cell and perform these functions, these activities. So that's to get row item, this will just get the row item for each cell now. So I have just one row there. So I for the second now, I brought up this argument that if second is less than 58, so let's say like 10:58 now, the second, if second is greater than 58, it should actually be 60, but somehow I realized that if I use 60 to exceed 60, even 61, and normally time should stop at 59, so I had to like reduce it to 58. So if it is greater than 58, the second hand will be turned to 0. Let's say it is 12:59. So normally it should be, the next should be 1 o'clock. So, and that's 1:00. So I just did that to get this now. So like I said then, UiPath doesn't recognize 0, like 0607. So I had to do something about that. So in the case where we need 2 zeros, like for 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I had to like devise a strategy. So what I did is, if the input is 0, then it will be 0 plus 0. So that's what to punch into that time for the second now in Telegram. So it will type in 00. So that will solve that problem. So that's one argument. Then if it is not 0, if the second is not 0, that's the minute hand now. It is not 0, then we have these two arguments. So I wanted it to send messages at let's say 3 minutes interval. So that will be, it started at 10:15. The next message should be at 10:18, so on. So 3 minutes interval. So, and at the same time, for this one now, if it gets to let's say 10:59, it should move to 11. So that's why I had first plus 1. So from 10 it will add 1 to 10 to become 11. So 11:00. So, but for this one now, if it was first equals first plus 1 again here, then instead of 11:00, we have 12:00, and that would not just work. So I had to assign this
Oh,
new value to
all
first.
right. Okay. All right. All right. That's
Okay,
good.
so
Okay.
now
So what?
okay,
Okay. Go ahead.
okay. So I also realized that for numbers less than 10, let's say 8, 9, 7, and all that. So I realized that I would need to put 0 in front of them for Telegram to recognize them, because just punching in 9 for the minute hand now, let's say it is 10:09. If I just punch in 9 there, Telegram will not recognize it. So I had to put 0 in front of the 9 now that UiPath recognizes. So with that, I use this. So it will punch in 0 plus second to string. So if the minute you punched in now is 7, it will punch in 07 Telegram. So that's just what this is. Then, so now if it is not either of these ones, then just punch in the value. So for values above, let's say above 10, above 9, So it will just punch in the values. And they are also less than 9. So it will just punch in the values. So we have that.
Okay,
Then
all right. Now, okay, sorry for cutting in. So while you were talking, so I could see that it's a cross platform. It could be a cross-platform robot. Could be used in interview balance, and could be used in a examination balance also. Interview, of course, both of them sound like you're assessing. It can also be used, of course, in assessing different things about people and at different organizations. Like interview, in the case of interview, we present a question and then the responder has to provide an answer, and it stores the response in a database or uses that response, the inputs from the user to pose the next question. All right, and then like that, such that human interface is required. So if you can fail, if robot can fail you, you may not proceed to the next level to even see human being, something like that. So we can, we are in a system where we are making things become, we are more to make more sense, and scaling things down. And then for people at the hiring, recruitment, industries, agencies. So, if they see this as a package, top-notch companies can buy it, and depending on how you sell it to them, you tell them, look, with this one, you simply need fewer hands to help in in scrutinizing who you bring in. Let this robot do the test for them, and then give them their results and filter who and who is not needed, because it's going to be both a power and speed test, since you have assigned time. And if you don't want to assign time, it may just be anytime you answer that question, you come back, whichever way. These are the ways even all these things came to be, including UiPath as a company. The studio we are using, they were just looking for ways of solving problem, and then it became something bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The selector we are talking about today wasn't there when they started. Okay, it was review of what they have done and they are doing that brought about selector. So that's how it will be, and that's how it keeps growing. So it's something that will be useful in many industries, organizations. Yeah. All right. It can. So it has its own scalability, like useful in different instances and places. Okay. Now, is there any place where you use the dynamic selector here? I suspect yes. Well,
yes, sir.
is there any? Okay, then can you open it up and take us through? Let's see how you use the dynamic selector and just explain that aspect out. So I'm simply integrating this resource to achieve the same purpose. Anyone, any activity, you can anyhow, but you understand the question, and then let's. Yeah, you say?
No, not this one. There was one I actually used. I had to make it dynamic.
Okay, so this. Okay, all right. I'm looking for one of the things I'm suspecting that we could have used. Maybe you have used.
Okay, I think this.
Okay, I've not heard from. I've heard from Amarachi. I've heard from Sylvester, Motayo. I've not heard from James, Ephraim, Felix, Vivian. Yeah. Are we still together? Are you with us? I've heard from Ajao extensively. Are you with us?
We are still together, sir.
Yes, we are with you, sir. We are together.
We are with you.
Oh, okay. All right. Don't be far from us.
No, we are very, very close.
You say what?
I say we are very, very
Okay.
close with you.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay, then go ahead. So, yes, this is an activity to do what?
Okay, so this types into the editor box for this Telegram account. Let me bring it up. So here.
Sorry, the account, please. Wait. Can you open your Telegram account? Is it going to reveal any detail? Any?
This is it, sir.
No, just. I will not. No, not. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about the studio environment. I'm talking about Telegram itself. I've not seen it. Okay, I'm just seeing it now.
Good, sir.
Taufik is typing. Okay, so which aspects, which element is it going to interact with?
Okay, so it's just sending messages to. You see that other people too are also typing. People are also interacting with the on the channel. So that's just what it does. It also
Okay,
sends
okay.
messages.
No, yeah, I know. Just minimize this Telegram again. Um, let me streamline my question. And okay, let me streamline. Minimize Telegram. Now this you can close this too. Yeah. You can close it or cancel. Okay, so which activity is that? Just click on it. I want to see the
This
one
is a
you
type.
brought. Is a type into. Okay, that's okay on the extreme left. Okay, that type into. All right. Now I'm saying that where is it going to type into? Is it the is it typing into the post the text field for Telegram? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now bring it up so we can also use that. Edit selector. You can go to edit selector, the hamburger. Yeah.
I'm there, sir.
Okay. Can you extend this window, the selector editor window? All right. So this is all we have under the edit attributes. We have from the the node, the hub, CLS title, automation ID. Okay. And then we also have the same thing in the edit selector box. Then we have so now I can see that your automation ID is something Qt scroll area viewpoint.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I suppose is that going to change? Okay, I can see Telegram. You have Telegram
Yes,
as
sir.
you used white cards. Why did you use white cards?
Okay, so I suspected that if because the number actually changes for Telegram. Okay, let me hover around here. So there you can see this number 3116083.
Okay.
Yeah, so that number changes. So I felt that if I don't include this wildcard, that the next time I open the application, it might not run.
Okay. All right. So that was make it to make it dynamic.
Yes.
The automation ID also. What does that undo?
No, I think that's actually static. It is always that way. That's I think that is yes, it is the target. I think it's from the
I think
target.
that's the target. That's the target where input is made.
Yes.
Where yes, where input post is where input is made. Anyway, okay. But I can see QT scroll area viewpoint. Okay, and then anything you push there. Okay, can you also go to your UI Explorer? Let's see UI Explorer. Now for the no, okay. Okay, so we have the visual tree as components of the UI Explorer, the property explorer, the selector editor. Now, if you click on under the visual tree, if you click on, let's just say, scroll down. Okay, something like, okay, you can maybe drop the arrow and let's see. All right. So when you click on it, so we see the property being populated into the property explorer. Can you stretch it out such that we can see everything, as in, we can have access to a wider content? So we have the property explorer. It's like the properties panel for activities in Studio. Property explorer for each element that we have. Yeah, each element that we have in the um, Telegram environment. Okay, so we have the AA name, placeholder, window, AA states. Oh, and these properties are not editable, but at the down towards our right down, it is still see a window that allows us to that permits some kinds of selection or some kinds of adjustment. So this is a partial selector, and then I'm looking at an aspect where you can see um, how a number can change. Like what I wanted to do before I was thrown out. How a number can change. How we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
The number changed. Oh, okay, but this one's not.
I can see, okay, it's also a typing tool.
Yes, sir. But this is typing to the application, under application. So I don't think I can use
Okay, do you have any click activity? Um, Telegram. I think the things that can actually change in Telegram is just the text field. That's the major aspect in Telegram that will change. Please, can you scroll down more? I can see. I can see click something like click July 17 or so. That's if I'm saying correctly.
yes, sir. Or you can't edit the selector.
Okay. All right. So the main the main thing here, what I'm trying to tidy together and like do is simply to leverage on what we have. Okay, like with the partial, full selector, all of those things, we've looked at it. Then also the anchor, which is supposed to be part of what we should look at. We have also looked at it. That's a situation whereby, um, like you use an anchor to make your element more reliable when it comes to selecting it. Okay, and that's you use the anchor base. Within the anchor base, you have a place where you throw in your elements itself, and then what you want to use as anchor for that element. All right. So what else? Wildcards is being demonstrated, is being used in this project. How you can customize your selectors to make it uh, to mobilize it like you mobilize Babalola. Try to get my picture. So to mobilize, to make it seeable, usable, relatable, anything that's any input does not make it now make us to lose the entire thing at all. We cannot find this because also element is not there or because the attributes are missing or something. All right, so you have seen that also in this word, the use of wildcards. What else again? Now, the UiPath Explorer, yes. UiPath Explorer. Yeah, of course, that's where we saw the visual tree, property, explorer, selector, editor, and yeah. it looks more complex than when you simply go through select edit selector. Okay, but what it does also is simply to help us to delimit the address of our UI elements. All right, so I think it's been a wonderful one, a disruptive class, disruptive, positive disruption, not the negative one. Okay, so it's been a good class. All right, so thanks to Joe and to everyone that's contributed to this. Yeah, so I don't feel I should waste any time again on this, except if there are questions on what he has done, or maybe around selectors that you would like us to look at. I'm very eager to dismiss the class at this time. I'm eager. I just need a pass from you. Once you give me that pass, and I will make use of it.
Sir, you have my
I didn't.
approval.
I don't have a question.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
okay.
Yeah, you have our approval, sir.
Okay, someone has a question. It sounds like Ifrit.
No, he said he doesn't have a question.
Yeah, okay.
No, I said I don't have a question.
So, and the third person, I still don't get it. I don't have, or
He said he doesn't
Ifrit.
have, sir.
Yes, I do not have a question.
Oh, you are speaking American English. All right. Okay. Okay. All right then. Okay, so that's great for us. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, sir.
All right. So we can then draw curtain on today's class and call it a day. All right. It's weekend, and the weekend should come with some takeaways. So the takeaway is that we are living healthier than we should. My family members surprised when I come out of this room. I said, "What's going on? Hope everything is fine." And I'm sure the same thing will happen at your hands. It's good to also give them some surprises. So when they are surprised, let's tell them it's weekend. So have a very wonderful evening. Thank you.
Yeah, good night, sir.
Good
Good
night,
night,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Enjoy your weekend, sir.
And you too, yeah.
Mr. Ebenezer, thank you very much. Good night. Mr. Joe,
Thank you,
that's a
Joe.
wonderful.
Bro,
Thank you very much.
Joe
Thank
Subu,
you,
nice
sir.
one, nice one, nice one. Joe Subu,
Amazing
nice
work,
one.
Mr.
Joe Subu.
Osubu. Nice one.
Yes, so
Up.
nice one, nice one, nice one.
I think, Mr.
thank
Joe, I think
you.
I need to have your address.
Ah.
I don't know.
You don't need an address. You are in Abuja now. So why do you need someone that is in Lagos? Abuja to Lagos. Sorry.
I'm in Lagos. I'm not in Abuja. I'm in Lagos here.
You are in
You are
Lagos. Can you imagine?
not. You
Okay, all right then. Okay, I will tell you where he lives.
You have a wonderful weekend.
All right then. Yeah, you too.